Alright, we've looked at all these tabs except for this one, the Performance tab, and this is actually one of the coolest tabs. As you can see, this breaks down the various things, services that I've got on my machine. There's my CPU, my central processing unit, and what kind of usage is it seeing at this moment. My GPU, which of course is my graphical processing unit, my graphics card, and each disk that I've got on here. Two of these are onboard disks, and the other two are attached by USB externally. All of my Ethernet connections. Why do I have so many Ethernet connections? Well, it turns out I really only have 2 Ethernet connections, but some of these are from the virtual machines. As you can see, Ethernet, VirtualBox Ethernet. So I run Hyper-V, I run VirtualBox for PCC, and then I run VMware for Clark College. So I run a lot of different virtuals, so I have all these different Ethernet connections. But I can see what the usage is for any one of these. Now let me just start up again that miner so that we can see what happens here to all these. And look at this, my CPU just jumps like crazy. What about my GPU? Well, you don't really see a huge jump, and the reason is, again, I've set my the settings for that miner on purpose down real low so they don't interfere with making videos and you know, doing work on the machine. So that is set way down right now so that it's not using a lot of GPU, but typically that would be running anywhere from 60 to 70% as well if I were to actually run this thing on my machine. I don't actually run it all the time on my machine. I just play around because I use it for learning purposes, not for mining purposes. But anyway, that would just make a huge jump as well. So it's really cool that I can see now what the usage of each individual thing is. And by the way, what I just did is I double clicked, and that thing goes away when you double click, which is an interesting interesting thing. Not sure why it does it that way. But and then I get a lot more information down here as well. I get things like speed and number of threads, and as you can see, I can see a lot of information about it. 16 cores, 32 logical processors. Virtualization is enabled. One good way to see whether your virtualization chip your VT chip is turned on or not, if you even have one. And so on. So a lot of interesting information right here about that.